Fish King, Fish King. Yo, what is going on YouTube? Now, I may look a little disheveled. That is because I am a little under the weather. That is right. I am currently sick, and that is no good. So, like any content creator on YouTube, I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to make some easy content. So, let me show you what we are going to get into today as we dive into it. Actually, I got to sit down because I got a little winded there since I'm still trying to fight off this cold. But today we are going to be looking at fish illnesses and how they relate to human illnesses. So I'm showing right now on screen is a bunch of different common illnesses that fish could possibly get. Some of the common ones, illnesses that fish experience, especially if they're bought from like PetSmart or Petco, are something like white spots, fin rot, or even like little lice or parasites that might come onto them. It's really important to understand when we are keeping fish, some of the basics on, making sure they're healthy and watching the fish to see what kind of treatments they might need. So one of the stories I have to share where I had to deal with some of these illnesses are when I had my big fish tank at my other apartment that we had. Essentially, I bought a bunch of fish from, again, one of the big box stores. And after, I think maybe like a week of, putting the fish in and watching them, there were a bunch of white spots, or otherwise known as ick, on these fish, which is, obviously not good. After doing some research, apparently white spots are a parasite that, likes to live on the surface of fish and obviously eat them. So, essentially, there's two different ways I use to fight it. One was simply turning up the temperature in the aquarium. The other one could have been, which I didn't do here, you would dose some medicine into the tank and then, let it sit there for a little bit, and then you'd have to do a water change. That's a lot more difficult than just turning up the temperature. And essentially what that did was just speed up the parasite's life cycle, until they died off and then, couldn't reproduce anymore. That's what Google told me. But what I'm trying to get at is that's one example of, you got to remember that we're keeping live animals here, live pets. And we also kind of have to be like doctors as well. And what I mean by being a doctor is, kind of like we have to be able to assess and understand if our fish are healthy and how best to treat them. I know from watching YouTube videos and stuff, some of the aquarium fish, either freshwater or saltwater, can go for hundreds of dollars, right? And which is, vastly different than these here that go for a couple cents. I know some people out there would be like, oh, that's cheap, whatever, just go buy some more. But for me, for the Fish Gang guy here, I really care about, kind of the stuff and the ecosystem that I'm creating. And I want everyone to be as happy as possible. So that's kind of why we gotta, educate ourselves and be proactive when caring for our little fish friends. All right, and just to finish up with one more little anecdote here is, as I mentioned, this past week I've been pretty sick. So I had a lot of congestion, cough, runny nose, and tired all the time. So I looked at my symptoms. I took some Mucinex to get rid of the phlegm, rested up to, help my body get the energy it needs. And then, of course, take supplements to, fuel my body to fight off the sickness, which, again, is kind of like what I'm doing for my fish here. I diagnose the issue. I look up, what the potential problem is. And then we find a solution on how to make sure everyone, including myself, including the fish, are healthy again. And there we have it. Just like life itself, sometimes there's easy parts and sometimes there's hard parts. Dealing with an illness, that is not fun and it is a little difficult. dealing with fishies. You know, we love to watch them swim around and enjoy all the natural environments we give them. But once in a while, you know, they can get sick, they can get ill, and we got to do the unfun thing of care for them. Whether then put them in a, you know, quarantine tank or, you know, medicate them somehow. It's one of the less fun parts of the hobby, but if we want a happy and healthy aquarium, it is what we got to do. So with that said, I think, like I said, I'm still recovering here, so I'm going to go and take a little nap. But thanks so much, guys, for swimming on by. I really hope you enjoy this content. I didn't get all dressed up today, but oh well. So please hit that like button, hit that subscribe so you can keep seeing high quality content like this. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.